All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all glory, honor, and praise to Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai Bahasham, Rachaha Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who teach and rule well, who taught me this truth. Right, Shalom to the elect, pushing this truth with all sincerity in the four quarters of the earth. And Lord willing, we be of that number. It's your brother Tabal Yaquanah coming at you with a quick video, and Lord willing, it's edifying. Shalom to the 144,000. You know, I just saw these comedians. It was on The View with Whoopi Goldberg, and she was explaining how all these comedians, certain comedians, Stephen Colbert and Jimmy Fallon and Chris Rock and got that tall redhead late night show host. Forgot his damn name. Well, anyway, they went to the Vatican and they basically, they basically grew. What it looked like to me, it looked like a kissing of the ring, so to speak, of the Pope, and we understand that the Pope is the head of the Catholic Church. All right, Catholic meaning universal. This is part of the objective of the Catholic Church, is to gather. Give me 1 second. Right, so the Catholic Church, it gathers a lot of, paganism. It's basically all the Christian churches come out of it. Baptist, Pentecostal, Lutheran, all these churches, they come out of it. So essentially all these other churches, all these other quote unquote Christian faiths, they're all Catholics, and the Catholic Church is just thinly veiled paganism, man, or Christianity in general is thinly veiled paganism. It's all like, for instance, Mary is propped up more than the one that they call Jesus in the Catholic Church. And when you look at it and you really delve into it, that's Queen of Heaven worship. It goes back into Queen of Heaven worship. The worship of Mary. They got prayers to Mary, and they do all the rosaries, the beads, all of that shit. It's Queen of Heaven worship, okay? Even Islam comes out of the Catholic Church, okay? But the point being is that, that the Vatican is one of the powers that this system, NATO and the EU, uses to push its wine. When you go to, let's see, I'll just go straight to the one that I know right offhand. Salakia. There we go. We'll go to Revelation 17:2. With whom the kings of the earth have committed fornication, and the inhabitants of the earth have been made drunk with the wine of her fornication. So the kings of the earth, the powerful rulers of this world, Salakia, the powerful rulers of this world, they lay down with this whore, man. America, Babylon, which is Babylon the Great, and they get drunk off of the wine, which are the philosophies that she pushes, man. You know, they do deals and all kinds of things, right? So now you got these Hollywood actors, and Hollywood, by the way, it's a Babylonian temple. You know, they have pictures of that. You go to Hollywood, which goes to Hollowswood or Hollywood. They made wands out of Hollywood, magic wands. So it's all witchcraft, Hollywood. It's all witchcraft, but it goes back to the Babylonians because they actually have an area where there's it looks like a Babylonian temple. And people just think it's just decorative, but it's real. It's really real. All right. And also, America, Babylon the Great, daughter of the Chaldeans. The Chaldeans were the witches, the warlocks, the magicians of the ancient Babylonians. So America is steeped in that dark mysticism or magic or witchcraft. And they use these comedians. When you look at the word comedian, a median is an in-betweener, somebody or something that's pushing or conveying, in this instance, is conveying a message, So comedians are they're influencers, man. They're pushing the message that Babylon the Great is trying to put on the people. The people being the are likened to the waters or the sea. When you go up one in Revelation, the 17th chapter, it says, "And there came one of the 7 angels which had the 7 vials, and talked with me, saying unto me, Come hither, I will show unto thee the judgment of the great whore, that great whore, America, Babylon the Great, that sitteth upon many waters." Many waters is the people. You could prove that by going to the 15th verse in that same chapter. So, yeah, this is a very, very deep system, very deep position. What they call it, it's also likened unto Sodom and Egypt, America. It's likened unto Sodom and Egypt. That's Revelation, the 11th chapter and the 8th verse. And Egypt means double straits, meaning a very difficult position. So we're in a very difficult position, man. We Israelites, so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans. And a lot of us ain't going to get out. 2/3 ain't going to get out, man. Pursuant to Zechariah, the 13th chapter and the 8th verse. Or, Zechariah, the 13th chapter and the 8th verse. Okay. And 8th and 9th verse. 2/3 will be destroyed. 1/3 will be left in, man. That 1/3, the elect. 1/3 will be delivered, Salakia. Okay. But so these comedians, these influencers, they coax people into believing and accepting wicked and degenerative behaviors. Which again goes back to that wine, the philosophies. You can be an adulterer. You can sleep with another man's wife. You can, sleep with the same sex. You can, they even push murder like it's no big thing. They do that a lot with the rap culture, but nobody comes up against these degenerate rappers, And they're another facet of how this whore, America Babylon the Great, pushes the wine. So there's many facets by way of entertainment, you know, and this television and this media is huge. They push that throughout the whole world. So these comedians, they're big influencers, and just looking at it, it just looked like they're just kissing the ring, trying to get a blessing, a left-handed blessing from the Pope, man. Which hey, these guys, they don't look down on the things that the Catholic Church has done. You got the Kamloops grave up there in Canada, which was a blip on the news feed. They unearthed a grave that contained hundreds of Gadites. Gadites, Gad meaning troop, which are the so-called Indians. Gadite children. Those Catholics went up there, set up their schools, tried to assimilate Gad into the population, and they preyed on those little children, man, and killed them, unalived them, okay, and put them in a mass grave, man. These priests, so-called priests, they also, molest children, okay. They're Moes. A lot of them are Moes. And you can see this Pope acquiescing or waffling because the Catholic Church used to be, I came out of the Catholic Church, so the Catholic Church used to be real stern on these things, homosexuality and abortion. But now he's starting to give way. I think there was an article, I'll see if I can find it or post it, speaking on that, man, or showing that, and it's always just a little blurb. They don't ever push it out there because they want these things to gradually come into society. America uses a lot of gradualism. Okay, it's a gradual process when they push all of this wine on the masses, on the people, on the waters. Okay, but again, Catholic Church is one of those unclean frogs. We'll go into it right now. Revelation 16th chapter and the 13th verse. And I saw 3 unclean spirits like frogs come out of the mouth of the dragon, and out of the mouth of the beast, and out of the mouth of the false prophet. Okay, the dragon is NATO and the EU. 3 unclean frogs. 1 is DC. 2, the UK, starting with their super elites. That's the financial portion. DC is the military portion. And the third one being the Vatican, or the spiritual portion, the Vatican, or the Catholics, which is obviously headed by the Pope, the mouth of the false prophet, that false prophet, the Vatican, Catholicism. So just real quick, Lord willing, I was edifying. I want to give all glory, honor, and praise to Yahweh, Shem, Yahweh, Shai, Shem, Shalom.